Okay, how's that looking? How's that looking? That's terrible, isn't it? This is not a good setup because I'm sat on the floor. The lighting's terrible, so I'm working on the sound. Oh yeah, I got the microphone. So I can put the microphone somewhere. I got the microphone. I got my tablet. What's that? Oh, it's a bauble. That's a bauble. So you can't see. Got a Santa and a Tenchi and a snowman on skis, which are down underneath the tree, but they're not in shot. Okay, tablet's charging. And I have a coffee. I got nothing particular to say tonight. I went out and bought these. Yeah, I went to Tesco's and there are these left. I wonder if I should turn off noise because it's quite quiet in here. It's not like we've got any external sound. I should turn off noise cancellation, which I believe is that button there at the side. Yeah, is that better? It's gone green. It changes the LEDs. It changes the colour of the LEDs on there. I'm still getting used to the microphone. I mean, I only opened it this morning, 24 hours ago, and I only used it. I did a couple of experiments in the car, and they were short, not even 5-minute videos. Okay, let that load the pages up. So what are these? It's Bounty. I love Bounty bars. I really like Bounty bars. They used to be one of my favourite things when I was a child. I used to like Bounty bars. And what else? Mintola, cherry drops. They were my favourite sweets as a child. Oh, and double deckers, because I always used to get a double decker Easter egg. Right, so we open this. Like I've been doing box opening videos on my other channel, on the main channel, which just there's a little tab by there. So this tab. Thing is, it brightens up the background, and that's not the point. It's not gonna just me and the tree. But we don't have a very good background. If I had my personal space, I would do something more, but I don't. What's the time? Anyway, the time is 21:07 on the 31st of December. Yeah, it's loaded now. Right, let's open these because I want to try these. I just walked down to Tesco's and got these. So I pulled the tab off. There's a little tab there. I just pulled it off. There you go. There's the tab. Now I've been wanting to do unboxing videos just because I don't want to do an unboxing channel, but I do the unboxing videos because one time many years ago I bought something and I opened the box and there was nothing inside, and I don't want to be in that position again. So I tried to take pictures of stuff I opened and doing the videos. Oh, they're all baby bounties. They're all little ones. They're all little. There's quite a lot of them. There is stuff. What's the weight? Oh, it opens up. 350 grams. Oh, it opens up. It opens up like a little flower. I like Bounty bars. Can you get the little ones with the dark chocolate bounties? I don't know. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen dark chocolate bounties on shelves for a while either. It would be good if there was a mixture of the dark chocolate ones and the normal ones in there. That would have been nice. It's just a treat for myself because I wasn't feeling too good earlier. I wasn't feeling too good at all. I was thinking of all sorts of different things to say when I was walking down to Tesco's. Nothing's coming to mind right now. I was wondering, maybe I could read the beginning of my story, because I have to go back to my story. Because when I fell into Limerence again, and when I had crushes in the past, I started drawing them, and drawing is a way of me getting out my feelings, getting out my feelings, because I couldn't communicate, couldn't talk to anyone, and so the drawing was a way of me to communicate my feelings. So I've been drawing when the characters came along, and my characters are based on feelings I had. But this time it's different, because I tried selling my cards and I had a negative reception to my drawings, and I'm losing faith and losing the energy to draw. And I never thought my drawings were that good anyway, so... And I'd tried writing stories in the past. But this time, 20 plus months ago, I decided I'd write a story. I'd write a story. I would actually put effort into... I'd already started writing stories several times in the past, number of times over the years. But I never got very far with it. Never got very far with it at all. Never got very far with the stories, and I was never too enthusiastic about them. This time, yeah, I did a story. And the first chapter came out easily. Came out really easily. And one of the things I was thinking about doing is reading the first chapter tonight. It's still not the best chapter in the world. It's not well written, because as I've been writing my story, it's meant to be a light novel. But as I've been writing, I've learned a lot about writing. I've read a lot about writing, and yeah, the first chapter is not brilliant, and it breaks a lot of rules. I'm stating what characters are feeling, but as the book progresses, it gets much better. But I need to rewrite. I need to rewrite the whole book again. I'm on the first rewrite, and I need to write it a second time. Yeah, I need to rewrite it a second time. But I haven't been doing that for the last few months, because I've had other things to do, and other projects like these videos. I should be doing a voiceovers on my videos tonight. I mean, that's what I could be doing down here, looking up some of my other scripts. What was that noise just then? So you've got people outside. Yeah, when I walk down to Tesco's, there's rowdy crowds there, and I just had to avoid them. I walked up one street and down another street just to avoid them. My coffee. I mean, there's people who are going to be watching this and who's going to criticise. Yeah, there's people who are going to criticise, say, well, if you're alone, why don't you go out on a night like this? Why don't you go out down a pub? No, I hate those places. I hate the sort of people who go there. I hate the people who go to pubs and bars. It doesn't seem as full as it should be. Well, hate's a strong word. Hate is a strong word. But I want to meet quiet people. I want to meet the introverts, the other ASD people who are going to be quiet, or who are like me, who are going to sit there or want just a quiet chat. You know, I enjoy going to Costa. And I either have my drawings out or I've got my writing. I've got a tablet, which I've got here, and I'll be writing. My perfect partner would be the sort of person who would come and sit with me, sit on the same table in Costa, and they would be drawing, and they would be writing, or studying, or doing something they want to do, creative. That would be, rather than being rowdy and shouting and trying to raise your voice just to get heard in a loud, horrible pub that smells and with sticky tables and things like that. Not that the tables don't get sticky in some Costas, actually, but, you know, Costa's okay most of the time. But you've got quiet coffee shops. So you've got the, what's that coffee place in Cardiff that I liked? It was a bit loud in there, though. Because a lot of coffee shops now have flat walls, and the thing is, with the flat walls, it bounces sound. I think we should... you used to get coffee shops with like wood on the walls, or even carpet. Costa used to have carpet on some of the walls, and it muffles the sound. It makes it quieter. It makes it much nicer place. I think that's what you should do at one of the places up here. Yeah, it just makes things to absorb the sound. It makes it a nicer place to be. What else can I talk about? So I was thinking about reading the beginning of my story. I was tempted to read it, but just because I want to. I want to get... I should have wrote a list of things, like maybe I could bring a text file up here. Like I need to... I decided earlier today, and I wrote down a note. I decided what my New Year's resolution is. I mean, I can have projects, like carrying on with projects, finishing the story, New Year's resolution. Maybe I'll say that after. I'll say that after. I'm cold. It's cold in here. This fire hasn't been turned on for years. I'm not sure if it's dangerous because this fire is the 50-year-old one. We have another one over there on the other side of the room that's identical to this one. That's only 40 years old. Not quite 40 years old. So I don't know if this one, because it's a gas fire. I know it's still plumbed in. I would say I was tempted to set up the camera down that end of the room and have the gas fire on, because we know we've used that one this year. But this one we haven't used for a long time. So I'm worried about turning it on. It's going to stink. It's got dust on it. It's going to stink in it because the dust burns off. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it. It's cold in here. It's really cold. Well, sorry about the flashing. I don't know how it works. Dad does all the tree. So. Okay, remind me that the heating's on. Okay, one of the things I was going to talk about, when I was walking down to Tesco's, I was trying to think of things to talk about. One of the things I thought about was staying home alone. I mean, I was thinking about I gave a thought earlier, today, so a quick thought of, times 20 years ago when I'd be sat here, 20 plus years ago, more than 20 years ago, where I'd be sat here in my room at the desk. I'd be playing Team Fortress Classic. There'll be other people on there. There will be other people on there. That's it. I'd have a few drinks, music playing, and I'd just play Team Fortress Classic all night throughout New Year's. Over New Year's, at the midnight, when midnight comes and goes, people say HNY in chat. That's why I'll sometimes say on social media, I'll just put HNY. Happy New Year. Blwyddyn newydd dda. And I'll just say that. And it comes and goes, as people say, just a few people alone. And I feel that if I say this on camera, people are going to say, well, if you're alone, you need to go out. You need to go out and go to places and meet people. Well, and don't you regret doing that? No. And my answer is no. No, I don't regret doing that. Because going out, you're meeting, and I don't want to go to a loud place. I don't want to go to a rowdy place. I don't know anyone who actually wants me around, apart from my parents. I'm considering going up to my mother's later. My mother might be asleep anyway. So I don't have the sort of friends who I think want me around. So I don't regret it. I don't regret staying in alone, or even though it's not really alone, because you're playing games with other people, and it's a social game. You're playing a team game. There's other people there, and other people who are interacting. And we didn't have microphones then. We just talked. We just talked via text, on-screen text, and HMY would come up. Because it was looking after myself. It wasn't putting myself into a vulnerable position. I know you can argue you put yourself into a vulnerable position to try and make progress. Well, that's why I'm doing these videos. But I know, like in this town, I can't even walk downtown without abuse being shouted at me. I've been over this before. It's really quite uncomfortable. And even tonight, I purposely went a convoluted route to Tesco's rather than walk directly down the centre of the town, just to avoid people who will shout at me and cause me problems. So really, I wasn't avoiding social environments. I was just looking after myself. And I think people who are alone or just playing games They need not feel guilty or need not feel regret for staying in on their own. They're just looking after themselves, just looking after yourself, and it's okay to look after yourself. It's a valid thing to do, to not put yourself in a position where you'll be bullied or put down. Like, can you imagine going to a really loud bar or something tonight, and you've got someone who's as ugly as me going up to the bar and asking for something, and and have like a woman next to you minding their own business. They just see you come up and just as you just appear, not talking to them, not interacting with them. It just happens to people as ugly as I am. It just happens in this town, and people shout horrible things at me. It's just better to stay home, and Team Fortress Classic was a social game. I mean, my social game I play now is Fallout 76. Most people stay on their own, but, there's a little bit of interaction there, and it tends to be, not all the time, but it tends to be quite positive. At least as the game has matured, it's more positive. But yeah, people are interacting in the game, and that's something that you don't need to regret. You don't need to regret staying in and playing games or looking after yourself. So that's something I wanted to say. Sure, you don't meet other people and make progress, but you're still in a position where you can form friendships. And anyway. What else can I talk about tonight? What else can I talk about right now? So I'm tempted to actually, let's say 11. Oh, we've got plenty of time. We've got 1.5 hours. It's only 9:30. Let's clear some of my notifications because, yeah. So, yeah, 9:33. 9:33 on the 31st of December. How's the microphone working out? I hope it's okay. I hope it's actually recording. The little light is on there, so it should be recording. And it's got a little light on here, isn't it? It's got a little light on there, so it should be recording. I wonder what she's doing tonight. I'm really worried. I mean, I got to avoid social media. I saw some of the things her friends have written, and that's not very nice at all. I'm really worried the way. See, I don't know what she thinks or what she feels. But I'm thinking, my mind's running away, wondering if she's not being treated properly by her friends, but I wasn't either. But then, I'm just worried. I just want to look after her. I can't even look after myself. I know. I can't even look after myself. I've almost drunk this. This is easy to drink. It's sweet and nice. It's nice and cool straight out the fridge. I mean, it's not. I've not been carrying it around in the car for a couple of hours. When I'm drinking it now, it's actually just come out the fridge. I've got another one in the fridge. Yeah, active. I got to be more active this next year. Take more. I mean, New Year's resolutions don't really matter. You can start anything anytime. What I need to do is be more active, take an active role in doing things, as in making more inquiries and talking to more people. I mean, not necessarily social environments, but talking to more people in business or asking for relationships and that sort of thing. Business relationships, professional relationships, and just be more active. And taking control of your life. It doesn't look very good on the camera, does it? Because I'm looking up there. I'm not looking out the window of the car, and the phone's down there. The phone's at a lower angle. Whereas the phone, it's in a lower angle in the car, but it's not that low. My tripod's at my mother's, so I might do another video of mother's later. And I'm looking around the room, see my mind. I just got this, just looking around the room. I could be looking on the camera. And then when I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at myself, and I'm not looking at the camera over there. I could be looking at the camera over there. I need to train. So I've still got a way to go to better myself when making these videos. Yeah, I'm not perfect yet. So I'm too busy talking to myself, and I'm not talking to the camera. I can see the camera bump. Or it's not a bump, it's a... But I've been thinking about it. I think about her all the time. There's always thoughts. A lot of my dreams, actually. Come to a lot of my dreams. A lot of my dreams are dominated by people I want to meet and people I want to get to know better. I don't know what's the right thing to do. There's someone I really desperately want to get to know better who... Yeah, my dream... When was it? Yesterday or earlier today? Might have been this morning. And I was visiting a house. I guess this comes from Rightmove, because I'm on Rightmove a lot, and my dream to move to Monmouth, because I really like Monmouth. So I've got a lot of favourited houses, which I can't afford in Monmouth. Unfathomable amount of money in Monmouth. And there's a lovely modernist house. There's a lovely cottage there that's recently gone. That was one of my favourite houses, and that's gone. But there's a lovely modernist house that's currently for sale in Monmouth. So I dream to live there. And in this dream I was having, when I was sleeping dream, I was touring a house. I think it was to buy, but I was with someone who I liked. Someone who I want to get to know better. Someone I desperately want to get to know better. And we were together touring this house. I think it was to buy. And she left the room and started walking away. So I ran out after her and I shouted, "Can I see you again?" And she turned around, and I believe the response was, "Yeah, maybe," or something like that. Something, because that's when the dream ended and I woke up. I still have these dreams. Still have dreams to experience a relationship, to have a house and a car and a family. And there's so many bad things happened in my life which kept me behind. 10.5 years in a horrible dead-end job which put me into debt constantly. Because I was so incapacitated with depression. And the face I was putting on social media was different. It wasn't how I actually felt. And I was always hiding myself, I think hiding my own personality, hiding my identity on social media as a mask. Because reality for me was so unbearable. I think post-COVID, COVID was good because things are different. When I went back to work and I actually had a job I didn't hate, I was able to make some money. We had smaller teams and they were good teams and we worked together really well. I think it changed. It changed my life. It changed my life for the positive post 23. And then, I know I need to do a whole video on just what happened. But again, I have to edit it for identities and mentioning companies and people and stuff. I can't. But being set up and then having my life destroyed again. For a few years there, it was okay. I was able to travel. I was able to travel twice. I mean, I went to Nihon. I stayed in Kobe. I've been to Himeji and Osaka, and Hiroshima. I went down to Tagawa-ita. Went to Nagoya. I've been to the Toyota Museum. I went to Tottori as well. So I have travelled, and things I'd been wanting to do for so many years. 20 years I'd been wanting to do that at that time. And I've done those things. I want to do them again, but because my life was taken away from me, outside of my control. I know I'm going on about it. I know I've been over this in videos before. People don't want to hear it. I want to go to Philadelphia. That's all my places to visit. Philadelphia, Sapporo, and I want to go back to Kobe and Osaka and Himeji, the Kansai region. I want to go back there. And I mentioned I have to take my mother to Tasmania. I want to go to Philadelphia. In fact, and one of my dreams that Dad reminded me of the other day was I want to drive across the States. I want to drive around the States. That would be my dream honeymoon, wouldn't it? That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I could, if I had enough money, I'd get a nice car and I'd ship a nice car from here to say Boston, New York, and then I'll drive down to Philadelphia and I'll pick her up, and then we'll drive around the States for 3 months or something, visiting every landmark and going. I mentioned this before as a shower thought. Like, what do you think of in the shower? And this is the thing I think of in the shower: is driving around the States with her in the car. We'll just go places and visit. I've been looking up the States a lot lately. This is I've been watching Myron Cook's videos on his geology videos. Oh, they're really interesting. They're good, and they're now hour and a half videos, hour videos. I'm enjoying them. I wish I had that skill. I wish I had the skill. I wish I had that level of professionalism to do a video, but I don't. I'm not. I'm uneducated, and I'm slow, and I'm too. I was going to say a negative word that's got negative connotations. So people who are very slow. Me. Who struggle to get an education, who struggle to learn things, like me. It's taken me a long time to write this story. I have thought about just, if I had the book finished and published, and I could do a video of the few opening chapters. Llywelyn Helig. Yeah, I've chosen a Welsh title. I've got a list of lots of things I wanted to call it. Dyffryn Helygen, Coed Helygen, Llywelyn Helygen, Cwm Helig, Dyffryn Pinwydd. I was going through different names of the book, and they describe the location. That's how Welsh works, do you know? In the Welsh place names, they describe the location. They describe. There'll be like a field next to the copse of trees, and that would be the translation of a place name in Wales. That's how Welsh place names works. Llywelyn Helig, what I've called this. The first chapter I called Cruel Summer. I don't know if I should read it, but I was tempted. I'm tempted, and I've got bounties. Bounty. The taste of paradise. What is paradise? That's a theoretical. That's an argument. It's living in Monmouth, married to someone who's very special, and having enough money you don't have to work. There you go. That is paradise. Because my nose is bad, I don't feel I could do my story any justice, so I'm not going to read it. I don't think. Yeah, I couldn't do it justice because of my nose right now. Might have to grab another hanky. Bits of chocolate and coconut stuck in my tooth. I'm not breathing very easily. Sat down here on the floor, am I? So if I need to sit up straight and have more air in, so I can sound more eloquent, but it chops my head off a little bit. I could move that back slightly, but I'm worried about showing too much of the room. And we've got to maximise the screen with the tree. You've got to have the tree there. Right, is that any better? Another note I've written down here is make progress or rely on fate. What was my thinking here? Because I mentioned earlier, like, that what I have to do this year is to make progress. Make progress. This means active progress. Like I've got a bunch of letters I've written to. Okay, I've only written one or two, but I intend to write a bunch of letters to different companies about plans and things. They could be career plans, both career and inquiries. And I've been planning to write these letters because I'll send them as physical letters, I think, because they're more inclined to reply. Maybe they're more inclined to reply. Or maybe I could do both, because an email is too easy to ignore. It could be spam, it could be a bot. But a letter, it's come from a genuine person who's put an effort in. So that's why I want to send these letters. And I've written one. I intend to print it out. But I haven't sent them. And this has been a few years now. It's been a number of years now, and I haven't sent these letters. Yeah, because I was well in work when I had this idea, this little project idea. But it means sending some letters to some companies. And what I mean is being active versus fate. No, not versus fate. I mean, being more active this year is I can do something like sending these letters to these companies. That's another thing about this, having the camera there. I've got to have my hands to gesture or doing things. I have to have hands. It shows you more open and honest, isn't it? Having your hands on the screen. Because I move my hands, but my hands are on my lap. You've got to have on the screen. I've got to work on having a better angle. If I had a better studio or somewhere, if I had my own personal space. My father's not here right now, that's why I've got a bit more space. But I've also written progress or fate. I think this is to do with love and limerence. I would like to contact people. I would like to contact people. I desperately want to contact people I want to get to know better. But I'm scared. I'm scared of the reactions. I'm scared of negativity and rejection. And losing my current thoughts of them, But I shouldn't say because that's not... Yeah, I'm worried about losing them. Losing my dreams of them. Or having my dreams put down. Criticised. I mean, I've tried to do things in the past. It's always been negative. So that's my experience. But fate is not going to happen. A lot of relationships do seem to happen with fate. They just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Then they're sat next to someone. But that fate has not come for me. It's not happened. It's like my parents. They had a couple of friends that put them together. They got them to meet and got them to go together. I never had that. Nobody wanted to do anything like that with me. I think they know that I'm ugly, I'm slow. And people see me or meet me and they just automatically know that I'm forever alone. And that's just it. Everyone just automatically knows. But since very young, since I was talking in counselling, feelings of desperately wanting to spend time with someone you want to get to know better is feelings I've had since 6-7 years old. Before then. I know that. And now I'm limerence over someone, and I feel that I'm not good enough. I can never be good enough for her. I'm so scared to make a move, to say something. I'm so scared because I'll just be put down. But I got to make active progress somehow. I did challenge myself. I was going to make a video, and just a personal video, and just put it, and just to maybe give it to her or a close someone she knows, and just say, but I don't want to risk it. I don't know. I've just gone over and over and over all these different ideas. What have I got to offer? No one wants to know me. Forever alone. Yeah, I could be doing the voiceovers, couldn't I? This is what I could do. I could do the voiceover for some of my videos. I was going to split my Love Pachinko video into Attraction Pachinko into 2 videos, wasn't I? So you've got Attraction Pachinko and you've got the Love Limerence graph. And I'll introduce the term Loverence. Yeah, Loverence. Because Loverence, right? The reason why is I think reading up about limerence and on groups that discuss limerence, they don't realise there's a difference between physical and non-physical attraction and an emotional attraction. So I think there needs to be another term, because I got this split attraction. I feel I need to come up with a satisfying way to describe limerence. So I may change the limerence per physical graph as physical attraction, the attraction intensity going vertical. I may change it to limerence intensity going vertical, have physical on one side, and introduce another word, a loverence, on the other side. That's what I will do. Loverence. Loverence. Loverence, yeah. That's what I came up. It's just a word I came up with. It's a word I came up with. It's not defined as yet. It's only defined in my mind and notes. Yeah, I don't need to describe it right now. I need to prepare a script for another video to describe the difference. How it's a intense attraction where you don't want to change them. And so I need to describe that. 2202, right. Monty's by you. Monty, have you seen Monty? My pet Monty. By you. It's a snake. Okay. It's my pet Monty. Monty, see, that's a phone camera. It's a phone camera. There we go. If I shove my sleeve up there, Monty could be the channel. We're not going to have a channel mascot. There's a snake. This is probably the most inappropriate animal for a channel mascot. That's probably the most inappropriate animal for a channel mascot. You know, It's better than an emu going around your shoulder, isn't it? And don't go up on the tops of the roofs of houses to try and adjust television aerials. Why have I brought the snake out now? It's not appropriate. It's just because he was hanging there, just hanging around, and yeah. And so I just brought the snake out. See, it's a snake. It's a good little snake. New Year's resolutions. People put New Year's resolutions, and what? It's a joke, you know, being fitter and healthier. But I've been trying to be fitter and healthier for 2 years, and that hasn't really worked, has it? It hasn't really worked. I just bought a load of bloody Bounty bars. Yeah, but I do need to do more walking. I do need to make more active progress this year. Go out with my cameras. Go out with my cameras this year and take more pictures. But New Year's resolution, decisions to make positive change, you don't need to do at one point. They don't have to do them at New Year. You can do them at any point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter if you don't carry on with say your New Year's resolution after January. That's okay. You can start it again in March. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. But I wrote earlier on a text file. I wrote, my New Year's resolution is to still be alive at this time next year. That's my New Year's resolution, is to still be alive. Just the most basic New Year's resolution you could get. I thought about doing more strict things and putting more nuance in it, but no, that's all I need. That's all I need, just to still be alive, because I get the intrusive thoughts, negative self-destructive thoughts that come every day. They come every day and they haunt me every day, and every year, every day I'm scared, I'm frightened, and I'm trying to avoid more negative feelings and more negative just to stay alive. That's all that matters. Just staying alive. Because I'm so frightened I'll get in a position where I lose her. I'm so incredibly frightened. I'm frightened it'll push me into a meltdown, an ASD meltdown I won't be able to pull myself out of. My mother is sending me messages right now. Yeah, I'm worried I'll put myself into a position I won't be able to pull myself out. So my New Year's resolution, my challenge is to just be alive this time next year. My mother has just sent me 4 messages. I do intend to go up. I was thinking about going up there. I'll be up later. Right, send my mother a message. I'll be up later. I will go to my mother's tonight. So I'll make sure my cat has got food and treats. I'll go up my mother's. We got Bob and Frank videos. I thought I had 15 scripts. For some reason, I've got a bunch of unnumbered scripts at the bottom. Right. I think this is why I can't do a video talking about my attraction to someone and send it to someone who I'm actually attracted to just yet, because I think I need to explain love and limerence. Yeah, I've got one. No, the Bob and Frank characters I've got. I'll do videos with them. I've got another one listed here. Bob asked to open up. Another one, Limerence versus physical. A and B and help, because I've got the A and B characters, which are generic characters and no genderless characters. Verite message. Oh yeah, I got those, haven't I? I got to do that as well. That's something I can do this year. Verite message. Bob using the Verite message cards. Poor community, rich community, confessing love. These are just titles of scripts I've got written. Examples of ideal relationships. True, false statements. Formal, wrong with the... I don't know what that is. Sports girl choice. What was that about? Why did I write sports girl choice? Oh, right. Okay, right. Yeah, I've scripts of videos here, and I've got to do those. Now I've got the microphone. I have to do these videos. No, I could do them properly. Do them properly. I mean, I could go to my mother's right now and do a voiceover for one of these. I wanted to have 2 out because I wanted to like release 2 at a time. Oh, it's that one. Yeah, I got to finish the script here. Right, so I've got videos to do. And animate. Speaking of animation, I did the preliminary attraction pachinko video in Manim with Python. The Manim community had an attack, and they lost their GitHub page, and they lost their Reddit group and their Discord. Oh no, didn't they lose the Reddit group? They lost something else. They lost Discord, they lost their GitHub page. And yeah, so they're rebuilding the community again, but you can still install it. It still works. So you pip install Manim. I'll do more with Manim. I enjoyed using Manim. It's really easy to use. And I say it's really easy to use. One of my Manim projects is to make an animation showing the difference between a Bayer filter camera and a black and white, a Bayer filterless camera sensor CCD, and I never got very far with that. That turned out being more difficult than I thought, but I haven't worked on it enough to be honest. That was an animation I worked on. Because you got to set up the cubes, and they have to be flattened, the cubes, and they have to be different colours above the sensors, and then you've got to make sure you have the 2 green and the red and the blue, and then the next one will just have that. I got to do something like that. Anyway, I think I've talked about everything I need to talk about in this video. I'll think of more things as I'm walking up my mother's. Yeah, rather than driving tonight. Because I don't know. Yeah, I'll think about other things to talk about when I'm walking up my mother's now. I will think about other things to talk about when I go to see my mother now. I'll finish my coffee and then start this video. So, what's worth saying at the end of the video? I truly hope that other people who are alone like me, don't feel guilty and don't feel regret for their situation. You don't have anything to feel guilt for. You don't have anything to feel regret for. People who are truly forever alone. I just hope you look after yourself as well. And you say Happy New Year, but you don't know what the New Year is going to bring. Happy New Year. Maybe there should be a different phrase for the people who are in unhappy positions. So let's just say, in the new year, let's just try our best and try and better ourselves and try and stay alive. HNY.